Okay, change the angle a little bit because we're getting ready to do the next and last steps of the Prusa i3 Mark III build. And let's get this finished up and see if we can get this thing powered up and see if the lights go out. Alright, so hopefully this view works. It shows the important part mostly, which is the printer. Got a nice profile of my bald head, but it should be what you need. I may change it a little bit and actually come out of the view for now. But alright, so now we're going to be ensuring the printer is off, which it is, and we're going to be moving the extruder all the way to the left. Success. Got to move both down. So at this point, we're supposed to be setting things up. So touching. Okay, it says to basically just touch. Check again from different angles. Yes, I'm just touching. Don't bend the heat bed. I didn't bend the heat bed. Move the extruder carefully all the way to the right. Oh, I should probably put the bed on at this point. I wonder. See, they don't tell you to put the print bed on. I don't think I do yet. What a question. No, it's showing. Yeah, we're just setting the pin to height, so that's fine. Okay, so that all looks good. Move the extruder to the center of the x-axis. So now we're going to be setting the pin to the thickness of a zip tie. So we are going to have and so we're loosening the screw, and we're going to lift up the penda just slightly. I'm going to have to redo the Z now. There. So I'm just verifying that the Z height didn't change. So we're basically setting this up now where I put a zip tie under it. Okay, so we did the X. We were making sure the Z height on both ends of X was close to the bed. Then we moved to the center. We loosened the screw that holds the penda sensor. We put a zip tie under it and we tightened it. So we have our set now to make sure we're not going to crush anything. And that's all I got. So I'm going to the quick start now, because I'm assuming we're going to get into the pre-flight. Well, I guess this was kind of a pre-flight. So we assembled the printer. So I'm thinking we go through the calibration now. So I'm going to try and get caught up and figure out what we're going to do here. Okay, so it looks like what we're going to end up doing, we set that up. That's not a problem. We're going to run through the we're going to plug it in. We're going to run through the it should do a self-test setup, and it should do the testing everything to see if anything's broken. And if all that passes, it goes into the calibration piece, which will start with some steps without the bed, and then it has you put the bed in. And we'll need the checklist for a piece of paper. So if anything goes away after I put all the fires out, I will probably be back. So here we go. So So far so good, so that means the switch works. Okay, so first thing it did is it notes that the printer has not been calibrated yet. First steps. Please follow the manual chapter first steps section calibration flow. Okay. I'm used to the hot end fan running all the time. It just seems kind of dead at the moment. I am getting readings from my heat bed and my thermistors though. That's promising. Anywho, alright. Let's see if we can figure out what we're supposed to be doing. This part isn't real clear. So I guess we can do the self-test. Under calibration. So it's doing a fan test. Extruder fan it says was okay. Now the print fan it says it's okay. It's checking the hot end. I'm not wanting it to be that okay. It's initializing. So it said the hot end was okay. It liked X. Really don't like that rattle in the power supply. I'm gonna have to fix that. So it liked Y. Now it's checking Z. Z's okay, it said. It's checking the hot or the bed. See, the heating light came on. Assume it's looking for any kind of a rise, is what I'm guessing. This is all going on the screen here. You can't quite read it, but oh, it's definitely getting hot. I don't know how far it goes. Everything's correct. So it knows that it's not been calibrated, which we already got. So now we went through the self-test. Now we are going through Theoretically, it liked everything. Calibrate. Trying to move Z. It's one of those I'd feel better. Okay, so it's saying that we got to do the test now. So I'm thinking calibration. I'm going to go through the wizard, I think, see what it does. Your original... Let me try and see if you can see this. You're not going to have a wonderful view of me now. I know that's going to make you sad. Can you see this? I'm going to change something around. Okay, so I'm thinking you may be able to see that a little bit better. I hope. So it's asking if I wanted to walk me through the process, and I'm saying yes. So it's going through the self-test now. Extruder fan. That was the print fan. So it's doing the same thing I just done, but I didn't go through the... It's going to be interesting to learn all the rattles and whatnot. So it's checking the bed again. Passed once, so it certainly should pass again. It's pretty exciting though that it is alive. Okay, so now it's going to hopefully continue. Well, that's funny. Okay, so that's a flaw. It's in a loop. It's annoying. So it basically is supposed to be a wizard, and it takes you through the self-check, and I thought it was going to take us further, but now it just keeps going through the setup over and over again. So for the third time we're going through this. So certainly not a fan of this piece of it. I actually noticed this when I was going through, reading through everything. It wasn't exactly clear on what it wanted you to do. So now suddenly after the second time through, it says that it's going to run XYZ calibration. Now it's going to take 12 minutes. Okay, now it's auto homing. It's calibrating Z. Theoretically, it should hit the top. Is the steel sheet? No. It is clean. It's asking if the nozzle was clean. Click when done. Place a sheet of paper under the nozzle during calibration of the first 4 points. If the nozzle catches the paper, power off the printer immediately. Okay. So it's trying to search calibration points now. And if it catches, I have to shut it off. It is not catching. It's moving X and Y while either it's trying to find it and can't, or it's just trying to verify. It's certainly doing something. be taking an awful long time. Assuming it's looking for some signal and it's trying to get a bunch of peaks and then confirm that they're right and then say that that's the point. They weren't kidding when they said it could take a while. Figure what that little rattle is. It did something. Now it's doing a lot of somethings. Okay, well it must have liked something over there. And it is not catching again. So far it's not as noisy as I expected it was going to be, considering what it's like moving these things manually. Seems to be very quiet. So from what I'm seeing so far, you all can save yourself some heartache and go straight, once it powers up, go straight to the wizard. And it'll take everybody through what you need, it looks like. Because it'll do the self-test and now go right into the calibration. But I know that I have a well self-tested printer. Looks like it's doing these 4 and then it's going to go back and do the 4 again, and then it probably will ask me to put the bed on. It's rather interesting because, yeah, this is way more intense than the mesh leveling or the auto bed leveling of the CR10 that I added, the ABO. It's a whole different ball game. Okay, so far so good. It's again not catching. Yay. Man, this thing's quiet. Trying to figure out what I'm hearing even. It's just like the most audible, inaudible hum. Granted, it's not actually printing, but it's moving around and doing stuff. I mean, it's at 48. $42. I'm talking and it's at almost 65, 70. Slide and paper rounds 48. It's literally 42. My stomach gurgled and it was louder than the printer. Trying to see what point it's actually looking for. So it offsets on this side. The magnet is actually right here, you know, part way in, which is where the pin probe would be, whereas that one is over the side. So that makes sense. It'll be interesting to see how noisy this thing is while it's printing. I have to trace down a few of the little rattles. Something in the extruder, I think. Something in the power supply. I don't know. We'll see. Trying to see if I can improve the visibility of the it's about as good as we're going to get. Not sure the overhead view is doing a whole lot, but doesn't cost any extra, so. The other part looks like it's doing well, so. I could sing your song, but you'd probably delete the video. If the printer was louder, you could listen to it, but it doesn't even have the decency of having loudness. It almost sounds scratchy. It's not touching, the nozzle's not touching at all. Oh, that was quick. Almost like it. It's weird. It's almost like it had issues with these other three. I wonder why those two went quick. So quiet. So it's doing something now. Looks like it's going to calibrate Z. Oh, it's probably going to tell me to put the bed on. Yeah, there you go. Okay, it says to place the steel sheet on the heat bed. I'm going to wipe it real quick because I have not wiped it yet with a little bit of isopropyl. Probably don't need to because we're doing stuff still, but in case I forget. And I have the flex system for BuildTak on my CR10, and this is kind of nice because it has the little pens to help you get it straight. But anyway, all right. So it says place it on there. I'm going to say yep. And now it's measuring the reference height. This should be interesting. So XYZ calibration is okay. X and Y axes are perpendicular. Congratulations. Is filament loaded? No. Now I will preheat nozzle. I guess we will use Prusa's filament, right? Exciting. Exciting. Nice, it's got a Ziploc bag. I didn't know that. I've never used Prusa filament before. So, beautiful filament. Very nice. Very nice. So at some point, I'm wondering if I should please insert PLA filament to the extruder, then press the knob to load it. So I'm going to do what it said. So I'm still doing it at an angle. I assume I'm supposed to. And I'm going to into the extruder, then press the knob to load it. Loading filament. Uh-oh. It's not doing anything. Is the color clear? No. Seems to be grabbing it now. I didn't push it in far enough. It's still pulling in filament. But I have not gotten anything to come out yet. Is the color clear? No. But thanks for asking. Eventually it's going to come out, I'm thinking. Is it clear? No. So it's got a 60-degree bed and 215 for the hot end. Thinking it was because I was so slow to get it to, I didn't quite, it must have caught on something in there a little bit. So I thought that whole time that it was pulling it in, and there it's coming out. We have extrusion. Look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely spectacular. Our first print. It's lovely. All right, so is it clear? Yes. Now I will calibrate distance between the tip of the nozzle and the heat bed. I will start to print a line. And you will gradually lower the nozzle by rotating the knob until you reach the optimal height. Check the pictures in the handbook. Okay. Sounds like a plan. Rattly. There's something in there rattling. I'll have to figure out what it is. So it's checking all the points for the mesh bed, I assume, mesh bed leveling. And now actually looks kind of good. Excuse my bald head. Oop. Oh, wrong way. Do you want to repeat last step to readjust nozzle height? I'm thinking I do actually. I mean, it looks pretty good at the end, but it looks pretty bad in the beginning. I think I am gonna see if it works better. So I'm going to say yes, I want to do that again. I think we're kind of there, but I want to verify. May need to squish just a little bit more. At first I was going the wrong way. Clockwise is up, and I wasn't really paying attention. Which would explain why it was getting worse and worse. Ended up, I think I'm down at negative 0.4 right now. So we'll see what this looks like. So it zeroed it. And roll it to so we're at 0.2. I'm gonna go with 4. Well, it doesn't stick very hard, does it? Go to 0.5. I'm going to say that's good. I'm going to do, yeah. actually going to do one more. Just because it's getting a little better squish that time. So I'm going to run straight to 0.6 at this, negative 0.6 on this one. See if I need to go any further. Bed heats up nice and quick. I guess I'm used to CR10, which is just absolutely horrendously slow. I certainly hear the wine rails. So it's basically just centered out. Yeah, that looks a lot better. So I'm at minus 0.7, and that looks a lot better. Nice and flat. It's probably going to adhere better to the bed as well. So I did not plug in the octoprint board, so it's a little rough. I may have it a little bit too smushed now. Actually. Certainly better. Alright. We're going to call that good. I may have to tweak a little bit. Happy printing. So I wonder if there's anything on the card. Card is inserted. Print from SD card. Tree frog. We could print a Prusa sign. If her tidy is big, castle. A Benchy and a Marvin. And a whistle. Let's do a frog. 50 micron frog. Let's do the Prusa sign just to see if it prints before we commit to something bigger. Let you all watch the first layer. Let's see if we can get this actually even closer. Everybody likes to see the first layer print, right? Gotta figure what I'm gonna print as my first real print. It'll be something on their card, I think. So that was the purge, and now it's doing so it did a skirt. Good gravy, that's quiet. That is insane. See the screen. Wow. 46 while it's printing. How does it look? Looks like maybe slightly over squished, so I may pull back just a skosh. Wonder if I can live adjust. Nope. Wonder how you baby step this bad boy. Hold? Yes. No. Oh, live adjust. I'm going to go to 6.5. It's just got that little bit of rough to it, so it came up just a smidge. I think it's just like a little Prusa logo or something like that. Yeah, it looks like it's better. I can see it, actually. And of course it starts on that side. But yeah, it looked like it was a little bit. So that's noisier. I mean, you could have a casual conversation. Okay, so we have the first print. Highly technical. Worked awesome. Printed well. I like the smooth on the back. The final first layer adjustment looks like it might have tweaked it right in. Build went great. I don't really have anything to add to everything. The calibration seems to have gone well. I'm going to try starting. I'm going to move some things back to get my shop / room maker, whatever you want to call it, back under more normal situations, and then I'm going to start a bigger print. So you expect to see a couple videos coming. Obviously, I'll probably get things going. I got to still deal with octoprint at some point and get that going. Kind of decided I'm going to wait on that and run it externally for now until we get a little bit more info coming in out there about soldering it out onto the INC board. But I do have the Pi W0 whatever, but I'm going to wait on that. I think it's just probably smarter. So maybe I'll move the 3. I got a Pi 3 over there on the Tronxy. I don't see myself printing a ton on the Tronxy much moving forward, so I may move that out of the way. I may actually put it away for now and make that the new home for the Mark III. We'll see. Anyway, I'm babbling now. This has been awesome. I hope it was useful for everybody. I'm so excited and happy and looking so forward to start to play with a bunch of things and um, take full advantage of the direct and start playing with some flex filament. And I've got just tons of maker boxes up there. I mean, I've got literally, I bet 30 or 40 filaments to try. And I've just been avoiding a lot of it with the CR10. Great printer, but just it's more about big prints. So I just never kind of got into it. I plan on dumping a bunch through this though. So there we go. Hopefully everybody enjoyed it. I'll work on getting, the rest of these up on the web. And yeah, I'm going to do a final thoughts on the build, I think. It won't be very long, but I do want to put out a few things that I think are need at least looking at. So anyways, thank you very much. I appreciate the time. Please leave comments. Hopefully you can be constructive so I can maybe do better. Don't think you'll hurt my feelings. I think I only have one. But anyways, have a good day, and I hope you're all getting Mark IIIs and that you're going to get them very soon. Thanks.